What if I told you that before you took your first breath, before you uttered your first cry, your soul made agreements that determined the course of your life? As intriguing as it sounds, this insight into pre-birth planning isn't a fanciful theory, but the outcome of remarkable research by the pioneering hypnotherapist Dolores Cannon. Through over 50 years of past life regression work, Dolores made contact with the greatest cosmic planner of them all, our soul. While guiding thousands of clients into transformative hypnosis sessions, she uncovered long-forgotten memories of their conversations with spirit guides and high council elders. These beings helped map out upcoming lifetimes, tailoring the challenges, relationships, and talents souls would incarnate with. Dolores was gifted a front-row seat into the same pre-birth collaborations our own souls once engaged in with the divine. Her findings shed light on the 7 major agreements we enter into with spirit that shape our human journey more profoundly than we realize. First, before setting foot on Earth, our souls carefully deliberate what difficulties we'll encounter to maximize growth. We craft unique obstacle courses designed to awaken our latent inner strengths and wisdom. More than just building character, our trying times serve a deeper spiritual purpose. You may wonder why a soul would willingly sign up for distress and pain. While in the spirit realms, as eternal beings, we have an expanded perspective. We understand tribulations as temporary scenes in the grand theater of life. From this cosmic vantage point, the most turbulent parts of human journeys aren't purposeless suffering, but carefully placed set pieces that propel us on our destined paths. With assistance from spirit guides, souls assess their unfinished business, flaws to improve upon, and virtues to cultivate. Do we need to become less judgmental, more courageous in the face of adversity? The signature challenges we face as humans help transform us in line with goals crafted before birth. An individual racked by loneliness may have agreed to undergo long periods of solitude to become more self-sufficient. A natural caregiver may experience distress so they can activate their innate empathy and healing abilities. Once we awaken to the deeper purpose behind our pain, life's troubles lose their sting. We open up to their necessity in shaping us into the souls we aspire to become. Secondly, souls don't journey alone. We carefully select companions to incarnate with as allies, friends, partners, and even adversaries. Through profound pre-birth planning sessions, we map out relationships central to upcoming lifetimes. Soulmates are our soul kin, spirits we share deep affinity with through many incarnations. We join lives with them as lovers, family members, or trusted confidants to accomplish joint goals. These bonds awaken a sense of familiarity, comfort, and unconditional love. We also plan karmic relationships to balance energies and heal wounds between spirits. For instance, an abusive husband in one lifetime agrees to return as the scorned wife in the next to understand the anguish he caused. To accelerate spiritual maturity, souls may even contract connections with their enemies or polar opposites. Through her clients' trance memories, Dolores observed numerous cases of intricate relationship planning on the other side. Star-crossed lovers plotting to reunite in future generations as soulmates. 2 friends agreeing to alternate gender roles in each lifetime while remaining closely bonded. Compelling evidence souls map out key relationships prior to birth to catalyze growth. Every fated connection, from brief encounters to lifelong matrimony, serves a specific purpose designed before birth. Through harmonious and discordant relationships alike, we heal, learn, and ascend together. Thirdly, the prodigious talents we possess aren't accidental, but cultivated and fine-tuned through many lifetimes. Souls carefully select natural abilities to equip us for our missions. Your soul's designated contribution steers the cultivation of custom-fit skill sets. Those incarnating to create visions of sublime beauty receive greater access to right-brain creativity. Souls committing to uplift humanity through music may incarnate with innate musical genius. Highly empathetic old souls agree to be born with psychic healing gifts to mend others. Our latent talents also stem from specialized training received in spiritual schools between lives. Spirits teach us advanced realms of knowledge there that blossom into proclivities once embodied. The child astrophysicist intuiting complex cosmic theory likely studied astronomy on the other side. The teenage musical virtuoso mastered their craft in the interlife. Fourthly, what draws us to certain vocations over others? Why do some intuitively know their calling from a young age, while others struggle to find purpose? Our soul blueprints greatly influence our career paths and areas of dedication. Before incarnating, we select professional trajectories granting optimum conditions to accomplish our missions. Souls planning to heal make agreements to pursue medical careers. Teacher souls may embrace academia, writers choose literary paths, and activists opt for roles championing social justice. Beyond surface-level preferences, our soul purposes steer us toward specific lines of work. We experience a strong pull toward careers that align with who we're meant to become. When we step into vocations resonating deeply with us, we get to live out sacred soul contracts specified before birth. However, just as life throws us off track, we may veer from destiny's plotted pre-birth and wind up on tangential timelines. This causes great distress and discontentment that's hard to remedy until we retrace steps back to soul-chosen trajectories. Our rewarding careers, meaningful body of work, and beneficiaries we impact are all part of agreements made with Spirit for earthly expression of soul gifts. By embracing vocations we're magnetically drawn to, we get to fully be ourselves and leave profound legacies. Fifthly, is the timing of our death predetermined? According to Dolores Cannon's findings, the answer is yes. Souls have a clear sense of their lifetime durations before incarnating and the juncture at which they'll exit their physical vessels. While human perception of lifespans ending prematurely exist, our transition out is rarely accidental or abrupt on the soul level. We cross over when we've completed missions mapped out pre-birth, not a moment sooner. There's no reason to remain embodied without unfinished goals fueling us. Knowing exit points ahead provides closure that allows souls to fully engage with their human journeys. They can dive in with faith that regardless of what happens, they'll remain until it's time to transition, whether that's infancy or ripe old age. In collaboration with spirit guides, souls assess past lifetime lengths and goals for upcoming ones to decide ideal durations. An activist soul may choose a shorter life forfeiting old age to passionately fight injustice. An artist may opt for a long life to create works reflecting their life phases. While conscious suicide violates soul contracts, terminating lives in line with agreements made retains integrity. We pass gently when missions conclude or prove impossible to complete. Understanding we never transition randomly, but exactly when predetermined gives peace amid grief. Our deaths adhere to schedules crafted along with our births. Sixthly, what compels enlightened beings to spend lifetimes sharing hard-won spiritual insights with humanity? Before incarnating, their souls vow to develop and distribute teachings that will elevate collective consciousness. Exalted souls planning to serve as spiritual teachers embark on human journeys specifically to gather materials for their life's work. Through their own awakening process into higher truths, they garner wisdom worthy of sharing widely. Their human experiences, struggles, and victories all provide fodder for the messages they'll broadcast. The personal transformations teachers undergo aren't intended solely for their betterment, but to forge them into beacons guiding others to liberation. Their souls contract to attain enlightenment during embodied lifetimes to uplift society. This was true for sages like Buddha Gautama, who sought the nature of reality and emerged with insights that founded Buddhism. Contemporary spiritual leaders like Eckhart Tolle awakened to new Earth perspectives during intense personal upheavals, birthing best-selling books and movements. The seminal works and philosophies advanced by humanity's greatest spiritual luminaries represent fulfillment of agreements made before birth to attain and disseminate transcendent wisdom. Their enlightened insight gets seeded into the collective psyche to push humanity ever closer to planetary awakening. Now finally, why do some intuitively see through illusions surrounding material reality that elude others? Part of the soul contract for spiritually mature beings is to pierce veils of deception and relate worldly events back to spiritual lessons. Before incarnating, older souls planning to foster enlightenment in others agree to retain higher perspectives despite earthly embodiment. Though inhabiting limited physical vessels, they consent to view existence through an awakened lens undistorted by strictly human perception. This expanded view allows them to connect dots and decipher the hidden significance behind what occurs in their lives and on Earth. They view adversity, synchronicities, even cosmic shifts through a soul-centric framework tied to spiritual evolution. Instead of getting mired in drama, they respond with non-attachment and equanimity, holding space for others to ascend. Their elevated vantage points anchor enlightened consciousness to raise the collective. Souls that embrace these contracts serve as spiritual lighthouses amidst turmoil. Their enlightened presence grounds higher dimensional awareness on Earth during a potent epoch in humanity's journey into expanded states of being. As fantastical as pre-birth planning first seems, a mountain of evidence exists validating life before life. Through her pioneering work, Dolores Cannon peered behind the cosmic curtain shrouding origins of our earthly journeys. Her findings resurrect age-old wisdom on soul contracts we opt into before incarnating. These agreements mold life circumstances and relationships to spur transformation, actualize latent talents, and fulfill sacred callings. The next time you reflect on the major relationships forged, natural skills displayed since childhood, and major adversity overcome, consider you laid the foundations in a pre-birth planning session. Though we forget our soul contracts once embroiled in human life, we can reclaim understanding of our greater purposes. By unveiling why we incarnated and what we planned to accomplish, we reframe our perception of who we are. We awaken to ourselves as eternal, multidimensional spirits on temporary human journeys full of deeper meaning than we ever imagined. We step into our power as souls consciously evolving through destiny by design, a destiny crafted by our highest self.